So the race should begin shortly. And then we can talk some more about possible routes and...
Definitely, yeah. So we'll be looking at the bingo card. We'll be talking about their movement. Oh, looks like they're getting underway right here. So
Yep.
they're going to be taking a look at the bingo card for the first little bit here. There's about a 30-second break before they have to do any real movement here.
Yeah, that's a lot of time to start routing a bit, like marking difficult squares or easy squares. Maybe already looking for possible synergies.
So the Cap Kingdom is the first time you go through it. There's not really much you can do here. There's only one checkpoint, but there's no purple coins, no moons that you can collect. So they'll just be blitzing on through to the topper fight. And then as they're moving here, they're probably thinking about their route, reading through the card, trying to figure out which golds they want to go for.
Yeah, so the movement probably won't be as optimized as any percent because they are only half focused on the run.
Oh, Nerf going down there.
Yeah, that's also something that can happen in bingo. Like when you're too focused on the card, you can't just take a death in cap. That
right.
Unfortunately, sometimes that happens.
Yes.
It gives you.
And it's not a huge time loss, and perhaps during the death animation gave Nerf a little more time to look at the card, but
yeah, exactly.
Airshot going for the coins up there. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's one thing that you can get in cap, it's coins, but usually you're not set on the route yet, so...
Right. The coins are generally very valuable in bingo because you'll be purchasing costume sets or moons, or sometimes they're just coin goals. I don't think we have any on this card here.
Yeah, there are costumes and more costumes, boxer shorts, they are also like a lot of coins.
Mm-hmm. And Airshock opting to hit the cap checkpoint while Nerf did not. So generally that's a good thing to hit in case you ever have to come back to cap. It's a good place to warp to. I think on this card the only thing I see is 4 moons from cap.
And so possibly 6 moon shards.
And 6 moon shards as well, yeah. So moon shards are in sub areas, and one of those is sort of behind the cap tower. So Airshock might be able to come back and get to those a little faster if he wants to.
Yeah, and it definitely is not a big time loss to get that checkpoint, so even if you're not sure if you're going back to cap, you could always grab it. So let's see, do we have any Cascade goals?
There are 45 regionals in Cascade, which is quite a bit to sink some time into if you're not sure on the route yet. But if you know that you're going to do it, it is definitely faster to do it now than coming back for a return trip.
Yeah, and it looks like Airshock is already collecting some purple, so he might want to get it, or he might not be sure yet.
There are only 50 regionals in Cascade, and 4 of them are buried at sort of the end of a sub-area. So you're pretty much getting every purple in the outside overworld there if you want to do that goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not too terrible. Yeah, you can do it in about 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, some are at the start of Cascade, so it's helpful if you know it at the start that you want to get this goal. Because otherwise you have to go back and spend some time on this. And yeah, Nerf is not yet collecting purple coins, and Airshock is going back to the start to get the coins that I was mentioning.
Yeah, those coins at the start, there's not really any other time that you want to go back for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it looks like Airshock has at least some part of his route decided already.
Yep.
Which right about now is when you really want to be finishing up your route. By the time you're done with the brood fight that Nerf is on right now, you should have a pretty solid idea of what you're doing.
Yeah. If you change your route after that, then it might be scary sometimes. Because you've already spent some time getting some goals, and then if you're still changing the route, then you're basically just losing this time. So the end of Cascade is a good point to finish the route.
Great.
The routing.
And the clean dino skip from both players. Airshock just entering the brood fight. So we'll see what Nerf does from here. Whether he's going to stay and pick up the regionals in Cascade or move on to Sand Kingdom, which opens up a ton more goals on this card.
Looks like Nerf is heading back to get the purple coins as well.
Yeah.
Which probably means that Airshock has a few seconds lead because he got them earlier.
Also, there's 100 total regional coins on the card, so as they're picking up these purples, they're working towards that goal as well, if they decide to go for that.
Exactly, that's a pretty good synergy because you will already have half of the coins that you need.
Right, and if they decide to go for either of those regional coin and sand goals, then they're basically there.
Yep, sand or wooded, there are so many purple coins here. And Nerf unfortunately died while getting some purples, which puts him back at the start of Cascade.
Airshock grabbing the moon there. You need one more moon after the brood fight to get out of Cascade, and Nerf collecting is right here. There are no other moon goals in Cascade on this card, so they won't be collecting any other moons here. Just gonna be running around for purples.
The Metro outfit door is considered a sub-area, yes.
So it's always interesting to watch runners during bingo because you're improvising movements so much. Like there is an established route for purples, but that's if you're doing all purples, and so you might have to change it up a little if you're skipping 5 of them. So it's always interesting to see how their movement changes.
Yeah, movement in bingo is really different from movement in a normal speedrun. Because in a normal speedrun you have like the optimal movement is already found out probably, and you will try to do that, and in a bingo you have to find the optimal movement yourself.
Right, and you're so much more practiced in a normal run. You can practice a section for hours and hours just to save a second or two, whereas in bingo it's totally improvised almost every time. And Airshock getting the 45th regional coin in Cascade there.
Yep. He'll probably mark the goal during his cutscene, so that he won't lose any time marking it.
Right. And now moving on to Sand Kingdom. So even if you wanted to go back to Cap right now, it's not allowed. You have to go to Sand, and then you can return to either Cascade or Cap.
Exactly.
And Cascade's a little different on the revisit. There's a new shiny rock there, and the shop is available. But I doubt the runners will be back for either of those. One possible option is if they wanted the costume sets, they could have gotten some regionals here and then came back and bought the costume set at the store. But that can also take some extra time because you got to watch a whole nother transition cutscene.
Yeah, I guess there are better options for this sport than buying the costume here.
Yeah, and with only 4 costume sets, in most places you can pick up a few regionals and buy a costume set there.
Yeah. It looks like Nerf is looking for his last purple coins.
Yeah. It can be hard to remember where they all are, and especially once you've been going for a bit, you sometimes can forget which ones you've gotten and which ones you haven't.
Yeah. Especially if you need like all of them except for one.
Yeah, so Nerf's going to be heading into the sub area here, getting the 4 purples that are at the end of this. And Airshock looks like he's going for purples and sand at some point.
Yeah.
There are 20 purples scattered about this village if you grab them all. So you can get a bunch of those immediately.
Yeah. And Nerf unfortunately died without getting the purples. So this will cost him a bunch of time to get back there. It's a pretty long sub area, so yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So as Airshock goes for these purples, he's going to need moons as well, because to move past Sand Kingdom, you're going to need 16 moons. So we'll see which ones he opts to do, because you might not want to take exactly the any percent route if you're also collecting purple coins, because some purple coins might lead you closer to other moons and make certain things faster than they normally would be.
Exactly. And we'll also have to see if he wants to call Jaxi.
Right, yes, there's the call of Jaxi from 2 stands up there. So Jaxi is on the ruins, and you can purchase him for 30 coins. And all you gotta do is call him from 2 of the little benches that are anywhere in the Sand Kingdom.
And the stand on the Jaxi ruins where you pay him also counts towards this.
Yeah, you gotta move Jaxi like a step or 2 away, but that's always a fast one to get. And so Nerf's got his 45 coins there. Should be on his way to Sand Kingdom. There are costume sets and boxer shorts on the card, so if either runner is gonna want to go for those, doing Sphinx might be a solid option here. That'll give a huge coin boost, which you can use on either of those. So you can purchase full costume sets for 200 coins each in the gold coin shops.
Yeah, that might prove really useful later on. And I think Nerf got the moons in the sub area, so he might want to go for this goal as well. Since he already had 5 moons, but still got 2 more moons. Airshock already has 30 purples in sand.
Yep. I tried to do the bullet bill skip there. Very close attempt though. Got a little caught on the wall.
Yeah,
you can bounce that lower set of bullet bills to get up here a little faster.
Yeah, it can be really tricky sometimes, but if you get it, then it's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, Nerf went back to get this treasure chest.
Yeah, so there you can see runners changing their routes on the fly. It's really hard to figure out exactly what you want to do right at the start. So as he was collecting those purples, Nerf probably noticed, oh, there's a faster route that I want to do with this treasure chest. So I should get that as well.
So yeah, we will see if the route in the Sand Kingdom will still remain the same, or if they will differ greatly.
Yeah, especially if Nerf's doing treasure chests. There are quite a few in Sand Kingdom, but one of them is inside the pyramid, which takes a while to unlock, and then the other one is even after you do the pyramid. There's one on the way to the final boss of Sand Kingdom.
Exactly, they take a bit long, but depending on the other goals, they can be worth it.
Right. The majority of treasure chests, though, are in Seaside. There's quite a few before that, but once you get to Seaside, you have about 5 more treasure chest options.
Yeah. So whenever you go to Seaside and have a treasure chest goal, then you probably don't have to worry about it.
Those are intended to end somewhere around either just before Metro, or when you get to Metro, or Snow or Seaside at the latest. So Seaside is a pretty late goal. You don't always want to commit to that if you can avoid it, but some cards you do have to go to Snow or Seaside for the fastest route. And Airshock going to be doing Jaxi skip here. Nicely done.
And he's talking to Jaxi. So he could go for the Jaxi goal. Or maybe he just wants to be quick.
Collecting a few more regionals.
Yeah, so he might go for the 50 regionals.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. The sub area has quite a few regionals in it. I think it's eight coins in this one.
Yeah, I think so. Around 8. So that's one of the route changes that you mentioned, including purple coins.
Right, so these moons, or at least the moon at the end of the sub area, would not be particularly fast if you were just going for it. But if you're picking up 8 purple coins along the way, this could definitely be something to justify.
Yeah. And it also counts as a sub area, so if he wants that goal.
Right, yeah, there's 16 moons from sub areas sitting right in the middle of the card. So I imagine we'll be seeing both runners go for that.
Yeah. The sub areas synergize pretty well with other goals, so at least I often go for them, or don't shy away from them, at least. And if you're going at least to Metro, there are like 14 sub areas in Metro alone, so you can always go for them in Metro if you see yourself running short.
And the Metro ones tend to be pretty good. There's lots of other stuff in it. They've got some purple coins. There are 2 of them with moon shards, or I guess 3 of them with moon shards if you count the outfit door. Yeah. Okay, Airshock calling Jaxi from a stand here.
Yep. Airshock already has enough moons, but I think he still needs more purples for his goal.
Yeah, and there's a large chunk of purples in the sub area. I imagine that's where he's heading. May want to pick up the moons while he's here.
Yeah, at least for the sub area goal.
Start.
And both runners are in the same sub area. It's also something that you don't see often in bingo, especially with different routes. So we can't say for sure yet that they will have different routes, but...
Right.
Oh, Airshock died while trying to get back up to the walls. Let's see if he still wants to get the second moon, or... Yes, he does. He could have opted to go out of the sub area and collect the second sub area moon, or like and collect only 1 moon in a different sub areas. Because usually all sub areas have 2 moons, so you usually want to get both of them in each of them. The Airshock is paying a visit to the shop. He might want to get some costumes here. Yep, he does. I think he can only afford 1 of them.
Yeah, you do need 60 coins for both.
And he does not wear them because he wearing an outfit opens up a cutscene that's like only 2 or 3 seconds, but still it's a speedrun, so you want to be fast.
Right, and he also souvenirs at the end there. It's gonna get him halfway to that 4 souvenirs goal.
Yeah. So that area that Nerf is in right now is one of the sub-areas that only has one moon. But he doesn't even get the moon, so he will still have his balance of the 2 sub-areas. Like, he won't have to enter a sub-area for only one moon.
And Nerf picking up a treasure chest there.
Exactly, along with talking to Jaxi.
Airshock opting to go back to cap, which if you're going to go back to cap, this is a great time to do it. It's gonna save those few frames, minimize the amount of scrolling you have to do to go back on the menuing screen. But yeah, this is generally the best time. There's no warp painting or anything that'll take you back there. That is 100 regionals for Airshock if he's gonna opt to go for that goal. Picked up the 50 in sand. Or did he get 50? Yeah, but hasn't marked that one.
Yes. Maybe he only wanted 50 for the souvenirs and outfit.
Yeah, that is definitely a reasonable thing to go for. Looks like he's going to be picking up an outfit here, grabbing 15 coins. This will be his second outfit.
Yep, it's a pretty quick outfit because he doesn't even have to enter a loading zone to enter the shop. He can just talk to the ghosts. And oh no, Nerf.
Yeah, that's a tricky sub area. Jaxi is not super intuitive to control. Its turning radius is really wide.
And unfortunately, it's a pretty long sub area.
Yeah. This game can also eat your input sometimes if you like hit something as you're trying to put in an input. So if you try to like break with Jaxi as you hit these cacti here, it can like eat your break input and mess you up if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, that's a very annoying death.
Yeah.
And Nerf reached the 5 regional coins in sand. I'm curious if he's gonna spend them or if he just wants the goal for the coins.
Right. With costume sets and souvenirs on the card, if he's going for either of those, he'll likely pay a visit to the shop, but you may decide to avoid both of those goals.
Yeah, and just there you saw how Airshock made use of his checkpoint that he got earlier. And
Right.
he's getting the Luigi hint art for some extra coins.
Nerf grabbing his last few moons here. He's got 2 left if he wants to leave sand. You can purchase one in the shop if he opts for that. Looks
And
like
then you have to look for another quick one.
yeah.
Since he's in the town already, maybe the employees only.
Right. And Airshock grabbing those 4 moons from Cap. Got 100 regional coins.
And he also has 2 Moonshard moons if he wants to go for that.
Right.
Nerf bought his first outfit.
So Airshock coming back to Cascade Kingdom here. Looks like he's going to get the last souvenir because he's already got some of these regional coins.
Yep. It's also a shop without loading zone, so another good choice. He did have to go back to this kingdom to activate the shop, so that lost him a little bit of time, but since he already has the purples, it's really quick. And he can also get the rest of his souvenirs. And Nerf can now leave sand as well. We'll see if he will want to go back to cap or if he will continue to lake or wooded. And yeah, Nerf, Airshock went to lake and is now continuing in kingdoms like in a normal speedrun. And I didn't see where Nerf is going, but it will soon be revealed. It's also lake, okay.
Yeah, so that'll save like half a second. If it doesn't matter which order you're doing them both in, you can just go to lake first. The only consideration is, well, not the only consideration, but one of the considerations is the Metro warp painting will link up to whichever kingdom you don't select here. So that can be nice to revisit, grab a warp painting moon, especially nice in wooded. If you're going for any of the stuff near the boss, you can skip the like the traveling up there if you get enough moons beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think painting order is the only thing that changes by changing the or choosing wooded first instead of lake first. And sometimes you can do pretty cool things in bingo, like just what Bry Guy said. But sometimes you also just go for lake first because it's what you are used to. And you don't have to worry about choosing wooded first because sometimes it's really hard to hit that down input instead of just mashing A. Yeah, exactly, Chad. Runners do not have to mark all the goals that they get. They just have to mark the goals that they get and that they want to use in their routes. So right. Even though Airshock has collected 50 regional points in sand, he doesn't have to mark the... Oh, he did mark the 30 regional points.
It's not as essential in triple bingo because you're not really doing anything based on where your opponent is. You're just sort of... You're both running against the same card, but it doesn't really matter when you get the goals as long as you have them all by the end.
And yeah, Nerf collected the shard moons, so he's probably going for that goal since it's a rather slow moon to get just for kingdom progression.
Nerf collecting the 100 coin stack that's there in Lake. Those coins can definitely come in handy with all the goals on this card that require them. And Airshock fighting the Lake Kingdom boss here. That's going to get him a multi-moon, which is pretty quick. Nerf may opt to skip this. We'll see what he goes for.
Lake is one of the kingdom where usually you just go for the boss because it's 3 quick moons, but if you need other moons in this kingdom, like Captain Toad or Shop Moon or whatever, you can also opt to skip the boss. and it looks like Nerf just went to collect the checkpoint in front of the boss, and he might want to get some purples now and then warp back to the boss.
Oh, Nerf falling on the P switch here. That can definitely happen.
Yeah, it doesn't lose that much time, but it's really annoying if it happens.
Yeah, it's just not something you ever think about in any percent because you're never over here, but it can happen here. And Nerf making a good play here to go to the sub area. So this is going to get him 2 moves from sub area, as well as a treasure chest at the end of this one.
Exactly.
But this sub area is not one of the easiest ones to do quickly, at least. So we'll see what kind of strats he goes for here. There are some really cool strats to speed it up, but they can be a little tricky.
Yeah, I hope he knows that he doesn't have a cap jump. Yeah, he's not using a cap jump. And Airshock went to Deep Woods. Usually in any percent it's a really bad thing to go to Deep Woods, but in Bingo it can be quite useful because there are a lot of things that are exclusive to Deep Woods, like 3 captures, you can get a timer challenge, you can get 1 treasure chest moon, you can get ground pound moons, and there are also goals that you have to go to Deep Woods.
Yeah, and you can get a second treasure chest if you buy the outfit, but that also takes some extra time, yeah. Yeah, so Deep Woods can be very powerful, but it is slow, because you gotta fall down, and then you gotta plant the seed and let it grow to get back out. And it's got 2 loading zones between it. But often if you come down here, you can skip the boss of Wooded. Or
the brutal, you mean?
The brutal fight, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Airshock picking up a treasure chest moon here.
And Nerf collected 15 coins and is warping close to the shop, so he probably wants to buy another outfit.
Yeah. And he has all the moons he needs, so he does not have to fight the Brutal to get out of Lake Kingdom here. Though there is 14 moons from Lake on the card, so if he wants to pick up a few extra, could go for that goal.
I wonder if we can already see what routes Airshock is going for, but I think he has also marked goals that are not in his route.
Yeah, because these don't all fall on 3 lines, so we'll see what he's up to. I suspect row 3 and column 4 at the very least, and then perhaps bottom left to top right. But I don't think he picked up the warp painting in Lake, so maybe not.
He did.
He did.
Right at the beginning.
Okay. Then that is likely his route. We'll see where he picks up those extra sub areas and the moon shards. Those are probably going to be the 2 hardest goals for him to fulfill.
Did he get the lake moon shards?
He did get the lake moon shards, yes. So he's got 3 of those right now.
Exactly. There will be enough moon shards in Metro, but not sure if those are the quickest.
Right. Because
they are all in some areas.
Yeah, so they combo with the sub areas, which is nice. But the game ends as soon as you fulfill your 3rd bingo, so it could be good to just be able to show up in Metro, pick up the 3 musicians and be done. But it looks like that might not be possible, and maybe it is faster to leave the moon shards and sub areas to get a few in Metro, as opposed to doing them earlier. But it's always nice when you can pair the moons for your goals with the moons to advance the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So he needs 16 moons out of Wooded. So if he can do some of those in sub areas rather than the normal 90% moons, or do one of the ones as moon shards, that sort of thing, can definitely help speed up the big air.
The only moonshot in Wooded, or there's only one moonshot moon in Wooded, and that only unlocks after the Brutal. So
Right, and it's also a sub area, which is a
that's
a
pretty
nice
good.
combo. Yeah.
But it only unlocks after the Brutal, and since he already got a few moons in the sub areas, I'm not sure if he wants to stay that long in Wooded.
Right.
Both players are collecting purple coins.
Yeah, there is 50 regionals in Wooded. They achieved 100 regionals if they want it. It looks like that's not part of Nerf's route.
Yeah, I think he already has 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. How many purples do I need? 50?
Yeah, 50 if they want that goal.
Yeah.
But they're definitely 50 before the Brutal if you want to get them.
Yep, and especially since Airshock was in the deep woods, and I think he got some purples there.
Yeah.
The 50
really
won't be a
pick up.
problem for him.
Yeah. He is going to have to do a couple more purples after, so there's only 7 left between him and the Brutal now. But I'll just need to go back for one somewhere.
And he will still need some extra moons anyway. Does he? Yes, he does. So he can combine those extra moons with purples.
Sure as well. So Nerf going for Pipeway. This is part of the any percent route, and it does count as a sub area, which is quite nice, and has a couple purples in it as well.
Yep, and it's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's definitely very fast. Airshock on the Brutal fight. This is a good opportunity to pick up a few more coins if you need them. You got the
But he has
coins
a
around the
lot
Brutal.
of coins. He already has a
Yeah.
lot of coins, so. Or maybe he wants the 800 coins so he can buy 4 costumes with normal coins.
Right, he's already got a couple costumes, but he may want to be going for the boxer short skull. That costs 1,000.
Oh. Yeah, that could be a possibility as well, column 5.
Yeah, though he did pick up a hint art before, or like one of the Luigi coins, which is not allowed by default, but he just has to not use those 200 coins, and it's fine.
Also, yeah, even though Airshock has some more goals, it doesn't mean that he's gonna win, because I think not the runners are going for different routes, so that route might be faster. Like, he might have more endgame goals, so that's why he hasn't marked them. Or he couldn't get them yet.
You can definitely get a lot of stuff that you just sort of work towards along the way, and then once you hit Metro, it all sort of comes together. Because there's just so much stuff in Metro that you can use to finish up a lot of things, like costume sets, or sub-areas, or moon shards. A lot of that can, and warp paintings can all sort of come together once you get to Metro Day.
And Airshock is going for a pretty fancy trick. Like, normally you have to jump down from the top to get there, but he just picked an up route and stretched himself up there. Which will give him some extra coins on the way, and a nut that he doesn't need.
Yeah, he's already got enough moons, just going to be picking up the last few, and there's 50 regionals for Airshock. Looks like he might be heading up to the warp painting here.
Oh yeah, maybe. I expect him to go to the sub area, but maybe he wants the war painting first and then jump down to the sub area.
Yeah, it sort of leads into each other nicely. So yeah, he's having to skip that fast moon. So he could have possibly swapped out one of the slower moons he went for earlier for that moon that was right there. But it is really hard to count, and like you're thinking about all the goals that you want in this kingdom and other kingdoms, and then trying to route within a kingdom is a lot. So
Yeah.
definitely understandable to get more early. Better to be safe than sorry. And once you realize you have enough moons, you can start skipping them.
Ooh. Nerf did a risky dive there, but it wasn't a problem for him.
Airshock picking up the second warp painting. It's only going to need one more once you get to Metro Day.
It's also the only occasion where we see luncheon in a bingo, when someone goes through the war painting.
Airshock heading into the sub area with the moon shards. This will be his 4th moon shards and quite a few sub areas. Let me count those again.
Keeping track of sub areas can be really hard as a runner and as a commentator as well, because the game itself doesn't keep track of sub areas. So you can't really look it up. You can just try to remember where you went and add them up.
Right. So by my count, he's got 10 right now. He did the Jaxie and the bullets and sand. He did the 2 and cap with the moon shards, and he's doing this one right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he skipped the flooded pipe.
Yeah, which can be fast moons in a sub area, but you know, as I said before, it's really hard to plan out a full route for the kingdom. And if you're going past so many other fast moons, it might not be worth it.
Yeah.
And Airshock doing the sub area last is really smart because you can warp right out of it. You don't have to do the whole rocket animation and loading zone to get back. You can just warp straight to the Odyssey.
Exactly, that was pretty smart.
Nerf done with the Brutal now, so that's going to open up the rest of Wooded Kingdom if he wants anything from it. Airshock will be making his way into Cloud and Lost and Metro. So an interesting thing that isn't as relevant in triple bingos, but once you do click on Metro, you are sort of locked into this path until you get there. You've got to fight Bowser and Cloud, you've got to do all the moons in Lost, and then you have to show up at Metro Night before you have any option to go to any other kingdoms.
Yeah, so if you want to finish in either Lost or Metro, then you should do the revisits before that.
Right.
To save a little bit of time. Or, well, sometimes a lot of time, depending on
and so you'll see there's the Goomba picture matching Cloud, so that requires a Cloud revisit, but they can't just come right back to Cloud once they get to Lost, because the Odyssey is destroyed. So you do have to go all the way to Metro, and then you can come back and do the picture match.
Yep. And Nerf bought... Oh, he accidentally wore the Explorer's outfit. For
It does look good, though, I must say.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
It's a solid combo, yeah.
For a second, I thought he was going for the treasure chest in the Deep Woods that you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
putting on a wrong costume is not a huge deal. It only costs about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It makes Mario look much nicer.
Yeah, that jump can be really tricky that he's attempting right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you miss it, then you fall all the way down to the bottom of the waterfall. Oh
no.
Can he save it? No. I think he didn't have a cap jump. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So you can bounce off of Cappy once, and then you can't do it again until you touch the ground.
Yeah, and Airshock did this weird jump with the uproot, so he didn't have to do this jump.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if he did it because he doesn't like to jump or because he wanted the purples that were up there.
Right. So Nerf following a similar route now, grabbing the 50 purples, and looks like he's going to make his way to the regional coins here. Not blowing up very much of the wall, which is definitely faster, but it makes this jump a bit harder. But he gets it. Very nice.
He doesn't want the warp painting or moon shards though, so he's just warping out. Just needed some purples and a quick moon.
So these runners are not very far apart. And do keep in mind that the board is not entirely representative of what they've all done, because they could have different progress towards different goals. So this is looking to be pretty close. Airshock just taking a pretty standard any percent route through Lost. Doesn't seem like there's really any goals here. Only 3 checkpoints in Lost if they want it, which would require them to.
He might go for the moon shards.
Yeah, the moon shards could definitely be a good moon to end on.
Because they can be pretty quick in Lost, but they are also pretty risky if you are not used to the movement.
Probably one of the hardest moon shards. They're all sort of sitting on small pedestals, so you gotta have some fairly precise jumps.
Yeah. And you can either take
the faster you go for it.
You can either take the wiggler, which is slower but safer, or you can try to jump around with your cap, which is really fast, but one miss input and you're dead.
Exactly. So we'll see what he decides to go for here, if he's going for the bridge or the moon shards. Looks like he's just taking it safe under the bridge. Probably gonna combo the moon shards with the sub areas in Metro once he gets there.
Yeah. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, a nice recovery from that moon.
And an unfortunate bonk on the 3.
Yeah. Nerf doing the Bowser strats.
Yeah, pretty good fight from him.
So Airshock, let's see. He's probably closing in. If he's going for the 3 rows that I was suggesting earlier, it looks like he needs the warp painting. Still needs 3 more sub areas, so 6 moons from those. The musicians, 2 more moon shards, or no, 3 more moon shards still.
That might be the 3 sub airs that he still needs.
No, sorry, 2 more moon shards. He did the one in Wooded, yeah.
Okay.
And a couple more costume sets. So he is poised to finish up in Metro here. Just needs to do picture match back in Cloud. Oh,
Nerf missed his input and dove too late and unfortunately bonked.
Yeah, it's easy when you're trying to input a dive like that, you can press it too early the first time and then it doesn't register. And then by the time you realize you've fallen a bit and it's already too late.
Yep. And especially since it was after the meme tweet jump, which can be pretty tricky. It can be annoying that this happens right after this, but it seems like the jump is no problem for Nerf, so...
Yeah, these are both very practiced runners. They know what they're doing. Airshock taking a different route from any percent here to grab a few purples. Very nice.
Yeah. This has been a really purple intensive goal board.
Yeah. So it looks like he'll be comboing a costume set in Metro with the purples and using that to get into the sub area with the moon shards as well.
And he's also doing some different city hall movement to get some extra purples.
Yeah.
Which looked pretty scary, but he seems to have everything under control.
So he's gonna need 2 more purples for the outfit, but once you get to Metro Day, there are purples everywhere, so he'll be set on that.
It seems like the rest of Lost went pretty smoothly for Nerf.
Yeah, just finishing up here, and Airshock will be entering the Mecha Wiggler fight.
Oh, Nerf is deciding to change his route.
Yeah, could be going for moon shards here. It looks like he wants another fast moon, so he might be heading up to the cave and then moon shards. Or maybe deciding he wants those 3 checkpoints in Lost and is heading up to the top. We'll see what he goes for here.
Yeah.
Going up to the top does offer quite a few coins, so he may need those as well. Ooh, so Airshock popped all the bubbles on the Wiggler, and that caused him to stop moving a little sooner.
Oh yeah, and he unfortunately missed the 2 cycle.
Yeah, so that's going to cost him about 30 or 40 seconds. Not a huge deal, but definitely something to try to avoid. So Nerf collecting the 3 checkpoints, so they are taking different routes.
Yeah, it looks like Nerf is going for Seaside, since all the rows that include 3 checkpoints have Seaside in them.
Right.
That death was intentional, because otherwise, or he could have saved it with some tricky movement like Airshock did. But I think his position was a bit off, so he decided to just take the death.
Yeah, and the death is not that much slower at all. The tricky movement saves maybe a second or 2, I think. Airshock entering Metro Day, so you can start cleaning up the card now. Gonna need a few more moon shards and sub areas and costume sets, but he's getting close. And Nerf will be on his way into Metro.
And Airshock just said in the chat that he's going for the 2 diagonals and column 4.
So he's gonna need 32 moons in Metro.
It's basically all Metro goals that are left for him.
Yeah, so he won't be going back for... Oh no, he will be going back for picture match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision, because I think he's close on the costume sets. And if he's going to be doing the center square and row 3 call 4...
I think row 3 would have been a good choice for him.
Yeah, because he just needs a couple cuts. 2 more after the Metro purchase. Oh no, wait, he grabbed one in Sand and Cascade and...
in Cap as well, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just 1 off. Looks like he'll be picking up that last costume set here. Nerf entering City Hall. This can be one of the trickier sections, movement-wise.
Yep, and pretty unforgiving if you make a little mistake.
Definitely. Yeah, if you fall all the way down here, it really costs you. Airshock heading into a sub-area for moon shards here.
Exactly. Oh no, Nerf. Okay, he saved it.
He recovered it though, yeah. Those pillars can sort of push you away once you've fallen off. Got some very strange physics to them.
Nerf entering the Mecha Powder fight, and Airshock is getting his second last Moonshards moon.
Yeah, so this will be his 5th. Yeah. And his 12th moon from the sub area.
So he is pretty close to his long goals, or to his goals that are stretched over several kingdoms.
Definitely. He also has 4 costume sets. I'm not quite sure why he hasn't marked that yet.
Maybe he just didn't see that row 3.
Perhaps, yeah.
Because that sometimes happens, because there are so many possibilities that you can go for.
Yeah, definitely. It is easy to lose track.
Right, let's see if Nerf gets the 2 cycle. And he got
nice.
some quick and precise shots.
Yeah, those were very nice. So the Wiggler was sort of overlapping itself on one end, and on the other he had 3 segments left, which means you have to hit the middle one if you want to get them both, or get them all. So very nice shooting there.
Definitely. Yeah, there are moonshots in the outfit door in Metro, so that's very probably one of the sub areas that Airshock is going for. If he wants the 32 moons in Metro, then the outfit door is also one of the quicker moons to get.
Yeah. And Nerf now in Metro Day. So we'll see where he decides to go from here. Most of the board is available to him now.
He's going to the sub area to get some moon shards, or only the sub area. But yeah, if he's going for 60, then he really needs some more, so that's definitely not a bad idea to get those moons.
Airshock picking up the moon from the crate here. Very nice avoiding the spinies here by Airshock. That is tricky to do, and if you don't get damaged, you don't have to heal on the moon. So it's going to save him a little bit of time. When a moon has to heal you, you lose about 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Marking off his 6 moon shards and the outfit door.
Exactly.
Airshock is closing in.
Yeah, he's on pretty good pace right now. Nerf bonked on the pipe, which is another annoying bonk. Doesn't lose much time, but it's so annoying. Especially because sometimes you can still get like sucked into the pipe if you bonk on it. But sometimes it just doesn't work. Game physics.
And Airshock starting his musicians now, so you gotta talk to Pauline first, and then you can start talking to the musicians, get their moons. Nerf going for slots here. If he wants those 32 moons in Metro, this could be a pretty good one to go for. You'll see him setting up his cap there, and then once the slots start, you can just hit them all with the cap.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat trick.
Yeah.
Both are going for the same moon right now,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny.
They're going to sort of follow the same route here, so this is like a chunk of the any percent route that they've decided to do at different times.
Yeah.
It's 5 moons that are all very fast, right after each other. And the last one will set Airshock up for a nice jump over to the trumpet player.
Yeah, it's a hard jump, but it can definitely save time.
Yeah.
Oh, Nerf actually went for the spin pound from the top, I think.
Yeah, that's a difficult trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Airshock going for the jump here. See if he gets it. You gotta be careful not to bonk on the building. Very nicely done.
Yep.
And that'll be his 3rd musician, and that is our first bingo.
Our first bingo. Wow.
Yeah, so you tend to wait towards the end and get a bunch of goals real quick, as you saw. So all in the past few minutes, he's gotten outfit door and sub areas and moon shards and musicians, war paintings. So the bingo will come later. And looks like Narf will be starting his musicians here.
Yep. Looks like he's also going for the 32 moons.
Jump rope
Oh.
can be a pretty fast.
Yep. But it's also hard.
And he gets it. Oh, he's going for 100.
I think
That is definitely scary.
if you have the first moon, then the second moon doesn't take that long anymore.
Yeah, you'll see the jump rope is picking up the pace. Though it definitely hurts if you get to like 80 or 90 and then make a mistake.
Yeah.
But there's so many moons in Metro that Airshock can go get some backups if this one doesn't work out.
But he might have a lot of practice in jump rope, so
Yeah.
in that case it could be definitely a good idea to go for jump rope.
10 more.
Nice, he got it.
Very nice, yeah. So he just needs 3 more moons in Metro to get that 32, and then I think he'll be heading to picture match.
Yep, which will be his last goal.
Yeah, so that'll give him a bingo on column 4 and the diagonal. Alright, well, the 32 moons will give him the diagonal, and the picture match will finish up column 4.
Nerf is doing a different jump to the trumpetist, I don't know.
Yeah,
Which is safer, but he can combo it with the cafe moon.
Airshock heading to the power plant, so it looks like he'll get his last 2 down here.
Yeah, there will be one. There's one in the sewers and one for... Is there a moon for...
Yeah, there's one for once you kill the 2 piranha plants.
Okay.
There's a bit of a cutscene after it that he'll be stuck into watching, but not too bad.
Nerf getting another sub area. This is the...
That'll be 32 moons, yeah.
Exactly.
And Airshock also realizing that he's got 4 costume sets, so we're going to see a quad bingo here. So we only need 3 to win, but yeah, as Empire said, it can definitely be really hard to notice once you've got everything, because we were just thinking about so much stuff, right? You got to count your sub areas, your moon shards, make sure you've done everything, all the while like remembering your route and figuring out exactly how to go through each kingdom. There's just a lot to go on here. On top of playing well and not making mistakes, you know, it can be very difficult.
Nerf is still collecting some sub areas to get that middle square and to get the 32 moons.
Yeah. We'll see if Airshock goes for the picture match skip here. So you only need 60 points to win, but you're going to be placing 5 pieces of the Goomba's face together, and every piece is worth 20 points. So even if you skip one, it's still fairly easy to get 60 if you put the other ones in decent spots.
Yeah, but if you're going
a couple seconds,
if you're trying to be too fast, you can mess it up. That happened to me recently.
Yeah. The picture match is always a very entertaining mood to watch. You get some pretty crazy faces.
Yep.
On this Goomba.
Did Nerf get both moons in that sub area?
I am not sure.
I was a bit confused because he had it out through the entrance. Oh, maybe he got the second first and then the secret one.
Hmm. Yeah, perhaps. Okay, Airshock's got 5 pieces. Okay, he's gonna be doing all the pieces. Makes sense. When you're ahead, you just want to get them all there. Putting the mouth in upside down, but that's alright. It's still gonna count for quite a few points. Got a happy Goomba.
Yep, that was a lot of points.
And that'll do it.
Yep.
Airshock with the 107.57. Very nice time.
Yeah, GG to Airshock. Nerf is getting his last 2 moons for Metro, the same as Airshock got.
It looks like he's just going for the 1 year. And I'll probably pick up one more fast one after this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it can be hard to remember exactly where they all are, especially if you've just ran mostly any percent, having to go for, an extra 12 moons on top of the normal ones can be a lot.
Yeah. And I think World Peace, who does the sub area, still doesn't get the moon, I think.
Yeah.
Or do they get it without the clip? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think without the clip you go for it, but
okay.
Yeah,
okay. We're looking if we can get an interview from the players.
Yeah. Got some nice music on Nerf's side, though. That was a full band.
Yep, definitely. Playing. And the Happy Goomba on Airshock's side.
Okay, so it looks like we will be getting the players in here shortly. a very good showing from both of them.
Oh, rip, the music died. Oh, now we would get even better music from the festival.
Yeah, Nerf's hopping into the festival here. Definitely one of the most memorable parts of the game.
There, that was annoying me.
Oh, welcome.
Airshock, yes, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And welcome Nerf as well.
Yo. Yeah, that's fun, but man, my indecisiveness really hurt me there. Like,
Yeah.
I swapped routes too many times, and what really hurt me was I left stand without talking to another Jaxie. I was like, crap. So I just had to throw that one up.
It's really easy to forget small things in bingo.
Yeah. So when did you have your route at least nailed down for the first time, and what sort of made you switch?
Who was that for?
To be honest with you, like I was like in Lake when I was like, okay, just commit to something and go. Like I really did not want to do 32 moons in Metro, but like I kind of want to avoid that one like the plague because it takes so long, but I just didn't know what else.
Gotcha. And you, Airshock, when did you sort of settle in? We saw you go for the regional coins in Cascade right away.
Yeah.
Did you know you were doing that?
No, I pretty much solidified my route by the end of Wooded. And yeah, it was basically like I kept doing just about everything before I finally decided, yeah, I'm going to do these 3 routes. Oh, wait, I already purchased a bunch of costumes.
Yeah, so you ended up with 4 bingos here.
Yeah, sorry,
So
I didn't mean to overkill it.
if you were to cut one, which bingo would you change?
Probably column 4. It's like I already had a bunch of the regional coins, so I would just have the diagonals and then row 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you wouldn't have had to go back to Cap at all.
Yeah, and I also went back to Cascade for a costume.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was all over the place there.
Yeah, this was definitely a tough card. There's a lot of stuff.
As soon as I saw this card, I cringed. It was like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, there's
it was
so many
like regional
Seaside,
coin
Metro,
heavy.
Regionals, yep.
I don't know. I've been
Regionals
practicing a
are
lot
my-
of. I've been practicing a lot of the regional coin stuff lately because
Yeah.
there just seems to
Those
be
that I need
a
to
lot of
practice
the like there's costume, regional coins, souvenirs, stickers. I mean, it's just a lot.
Yeah, and all purple coins run can definitely help with that, or at least learning the route for the first like kingdoms up through Metro could be super useful.
Yeah, it really can be. You should have seen
Yeah,
the
that
card
was-
I had yesterday. Friggin' right direct in the middle was World Peace and Sand.
Oh no.
I'm
Yeah.
never gonna do that.
This time the middle piece was pretty convenient, like 16 moons in sub areas. You can combine this with any other goals. And I saw that you both went for this.
Yeah, I recently had like an irrational fear to the moon shards, but then like a few days ago, I kind of looked into where all these moon shards are, and I found that a lot of them kind of merge with Metro, Cap, and sub areas. So that I kind of just studied them and thought, where are they most optimal to get? Like which ones are the fastest ones?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was some good routing on your part, for sure.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Oh yeah, I accidentally collected that Luigi thing in Cap Kingdom,
Oh right. Yeah.
and then
I
immediately
mean,
I got a message just like, is that allowed?
Yeah. It worked out though. You didn't need the coins, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
To be fair, I was thinking of getting the boxer shorts, so that was also another route I was undecided on.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
What were you going for, Nerf? Like what bingos?
It's really bad. So I still needed to finish. I needed to get to Seaside, to be honest with you, to finish that. So right there, I kind of knew I was sunk. But it would have been row 2, 3, and then column 4. So it was pretty ugly. But like I said, I was so indecisive at the start. I just decided to pick something and go for it, no matter what. Because
Sure.
if I spent more time just like trying to figure out what I was doing, it would have just been worse. So.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest things, figuring out when you just want to lock in the route. Because once you even have the overall route, then you got to start doing the micro routing of all the kingdoms and how you want to go through them.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to pick something, that's for sure. Especially on that card, there were so many things that were just like, I don't know.
Yeah, almost every row had something that was just not something you want to do.
Yeah, there was just so much synergy on that.
Well, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for the race. We'll be having another one at 4 p.m. Eastern, so about an hour and a half from now. But yeah, make sure you all follow the runners. Follow my co-commentator Zimpars here.
Oh yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah. I was definitely excited when Zimpars and Brad Guy were doing it, the bingo knowledge gods. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for commenting. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much for commentating for us.
Yeah, and thanks for the race. It was really exciting to watch. And yeah, also make sure to follow Brad Guy as well. I couldn't say it before. And follow Speed Gaming for more speedrunning related content and races, and for more Odyssey bingo.
Yeah, this is just the first part of the group stages, so neither of these runners are out yet. There'll definitely be much more bingo to come, so stay tuned.
Yes,
good luck to the next runners.
Yep, have a good one, everyone.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.